About 400 years ago, when Sir Isaac Newton just completed his laws of gravity, when women's role was just confined within cooking and grooming themselves, when political parties such as Whigs and Tories tried to buy each and every printing media houses, and when a cup of tea became the new culture for the British people. How a magazine called The Spectator tried to encourage each and every middle class man as well as woman to emancipate themselves. Well, join me to explore all this amazing fact in next 10 minutes only in my channel 10 Minutes Literature. আটাইকে নমস্কাৰ আৰু সকলোকে আদৰণি জনাইছো to my channel 10 Minutes Literature with myself, your friend Rishikesh. So today we're gonna discuss about an important periodical which was published 400 years ago, but it still carries the importance in the life of English people in the present time. And this periodical was known as The Spectator, which was published by Sir Joseph Addison and Sir Richard Steele. So before starting discussing about this periodical, let me take you back to that period which was known as neoclassical period. Yes, so this term neoclassical has evolved from two words, new and classical. That means the revival of classical literary work but with a touch of modernity. That means with a touch of present day time. So this neoclassical period can be divided in three eras: the Restoration period, the Augustan period, and the Age of Johnson. Yes. And again, if we look in the incidents and events that took place in this period, then we will find the following interesting facts about neoclassical period. Number 1, Sir Isaac Newton just discovered gravity and completed his laws of gravity. Number 2, the theatre were reopened after it was banned for 18 years. Number 3, evening tea became the new culture of the English society. The chai that we used to have, it was first started in this specific period, neoclassical period basically. Number 4, it was the starting point of middle class society. Number 5, coffee houses were opened where the so-called gentlemen of the society used to discuss about politics, religion and war over a cup of tea or coffee. In neoclassical period, we also witnessed the political instability in England. There were two political factions or two political parties, namely the Whigs and the Tories, who were completely opposite to each other in terms of their ideology and agendas. But in order to show their better image in front of people, these Whigs and Tories, they tried to bribe each and every media houses to glorify their image in front of people through their newspapers or journals. But on the contrary, two writers, namely Joseph Addison and Richard Steele, they chose to be neutral and they chose to show the real image of society and real image of politics in front of his readers. So Sir Joseph Addison was an English poet, artist, essayist and politician, and Sir Richard Steele was an Irish playwright, poet, essayist and politician. Now let me tell you the interesting fact about these two writers. Both of them, they were born in the same year. Yeah, that is 1672. So that is just an interesting thing which doesn't have any relation with your syllabus. So finally, in September 1711, Richard Steele started publishing The Spectator, and right after Joseph Addison, he also made enormous amount of contribution in this journal. So at first this journal, it was publishing thrice a week, and there were total of 550 55 number of papers that were published through this journal, and each and every paper, which was also known as the number, so each and every paper or number was 2500 words long. So despite a modest daily circulation of approximately 3000 copies, the Spectator was widely read. Joseph Addison estimated that each number was read by thousands of Londoners, about a tenth of the capital's population at that time. Contemporary historians and literary scholars, meanwhile, do not consider this to be an unreasonable claim. Most readers were not themselves subscribers but patrons of one of the subscribing coffee houses. These readers came from many stations in society, but the paper catered principally to the interests of England's emerging middle class, merchants and traders, large and small. So as his 11th paper in the journal Spectator, Joseph Addison published his own essay, The Aims of the Spectator. Now, why I am discussing about this paper? Why I am not discussing about the other papers or essays about Joseph Addison? Because this essay is particularly mentioned in your BA syllabus. So it is very much important for you to understand what philosophy Joseph Addison tried to impart through this essay. So here are four main objectives or four main aims that Joseph Addison had in his mind before writing this essay, the aims of the Spectator. So firstly, Joseph Addison wanted to provide the readers with as much of reading material as possible, which would help to dispel ignorance and promote toleration, harmony, and better understanding of their situation. Now, while writing this point, Joseph Addison took inspiration from a Greek philosopher named as Socrates. So it was said of Socrates that he has brought down philosophy from heaven to this earth, and now it was Joseph's responsibility to take this philosophy out of all the libraries of colleges and universities and schools and spread it among the coffee houses and the readers club. So a normal person can also have the idea and philosophy that Socrates wanted to impart. Secondly, another important aim of the Spectator was to give instruction in a pleasant manner. The aim was obviously moral. It was the intention of the writer to criticize the follies and vices of the age and to improve the mind and manners of the contemporary society. Now, अगर हम खुद अपने लाइफ में देखने जाए तो कोई भी अगर चीज किसी को अगर आप वो लोग कोई बुरा काम कर रहे हो और आप उनको मतलब जता रहे हो या फिर बता रहे हो कि बुरा काम कर रहे हो आप, then obviously they will take offense from it because nobody wants to listen bad things about them or nobody wants to hear the negative things about them. So उन लोगों को समझाने के लिए obviously हमको थोड़ा सा indirectly उन लोगों को बताना होगा जिससे उनको लगे कि मतलब हाँ ये तो हम लोगों के बारे में नहीं बोल रहे हैं, but still they will get the idea. So that same kind of idea Joseph Addison was trying to put in the minds of those common people of England. Thirdly, Addison intended to entertain his readers in a witty manner and amuse or divert in moral tone. Now, सबको पता है कि इस पीरियड से पहले जो भी लिटरेचर क्रिएट किया गया था, that was completely concentrated towards the dedication of God, church and establishment. So from this period onwards, the writers, they somehow gathered some courage to question the authority, to question the religion. Last but definitely not the least important aim of the Spectator was to improve the status of women. If you ask me, then मेरे हिसाब से ये वीडियो का सबसे important point है because before Joseph Addison, no one was talking about the oppression or discrimination that these women were going through. Addison also aimed at improving the intellectual level of the common woman of the period. He wanted the women rise above the existing level in which they were ready to be treated as an object of sexual attraction. The contemporary women are only interested to give their attention to their looks and appearance and not caring for any kind of mental development. It has been said that Addison had imparted a great change in the mentality of women, and they were also interested to rectify their attitudes towards life in general. So finally, in 1712, Richard Steele stopped publishing Spectator because he thought the journal is getting inclined towards the interest of the Whigs, and he didn't want his journal to be biased for any political party or their ideologies. But after 5 years, two of Addison's cousins, John Hughes and Eustace, they started publishing Spectator again. And in today's period, Spectator looked like this. So with this, it's a wrap for today's video. अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगा और आपको ऐसा इंफॉर्मेशन मिला जो बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग था आप लोगों के लिए या फिर नया था, तो प्लीज इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिएगा, और जो भी टॉपिक आप समझना चाहते हैं या फिर मुझे डिस्कस करते हुए देखना चाहते हैं मेरे वीडियोस में, तो वो सब टॉपिक्स आप कमेंट में लिख दीजिएगा. एंड विद द प्रॉमिस ऑफ कमिंग बैक अगेन, दिस इज मी ऋषिकेश signing off from your own channel 10 Minutes Literature.